So you are the only the participant or
Yeah,
any other join? Questionnaire I'll put it on when I'm going the demo. That's what. Because if you are not SAP guy, I can go the demo in a different manner. If you are SAP guy, yes Ajay. So you are from Groom Training, right? And the basis NetWeaver and HANA admin trainer. Especially I'm doing online trainings mostly, and sometimes SAP corporate trainings that too like. What you can say, academy trainings I'm doing whenever I get time, but that's very rare because I won't get that much long time to complete certification trainings. Long back I was given, and being a trainer, I'm having 4 years of experience, and being a HANA trainer, it's just 5-6 months experience because I'm since last 1 year I'm doing HANA training, HANA project. That is the reason I started HANA training, and basis on NetWeaver, I'm having 4 years of experience in training. Total, I'm having more than 7 years of experience in the real time. Currently, I'm working for an MNC in Hyderabad. Uh, Actually, I'm conducting daily one training online. So, among them, one is basis, either NetWeaver or HANA, whatever it may be based on the students. Okay. So, this is my brief introduction to say. So, today we are going to see about HANA administration. That is because HANA is mainly two parts here. One is the development point of view, second one is administration point of view, or you can say support point of view. We are not into the development because we are into the administration. So the BA or BO guys will handle the development part, and basis guys will handle the administration or technical support part of HANA. So where first we will see the before going with the HANA, what is the requirement of the HANA in the current business scenario. See, actually, if you see the current scenarios, the businesses are running very well with their data, users, and the features, and then a lot of improvements. But going forward, what will happen is the first challenge we will face is the data grows, right? See, as per one analysis, every 18 months to 2 years, the data whatever you have in the current business will be doubling as per a general analysis. Of course, few businesses may be less than time, few businesses may be more than time. On an average, it's working like 18, 18 months to 24 months. Okay, just a second. Yes, 18 months to 24 months the data is growing. That is the biggest challenge. And what is the problem with the data grow is handling the data becomes very hard. Just a second, Ajay. Hey, Mani, Arakandra, please. Mani, resound is Sandi. Yeah, sorry, Ajay. So actually, when the data grows, we get lot of challenges with the increased data. See, for example, you say, let's take a textbook. If the textbook has 10 chapters, 200 pages, okay, accessing is very easy through the index. But if another 10 pages are added, another 10 chapters are added, another 10 chapters are added, how big it will becomes. So handling is very hard. Second thing is going to the topic is very hard, one by one chapter by chapter, and the time consuming. Same way, if the data grows, what will happen is for analytical or calculation purposes, if you want any to fetch the data, searching in the big database is becoming a biggest challenge. And apart from the searching, the second challenge is how quickly you are getting the result. That's also because the customer cannot wait. For example, if you take the Gmail example, if you enter gmail.com, the next page is coming within few seconds. But if it's taking 2 to 3 minutes or 5 minutes, will you bear that? No. Right? We never use email if it is like that. Or maybe if you take online banking, ssbank.com, the website is responding after 2 minutes after giving enter. No, we can't bear that. If it is like that, we lose the business, we lose the customers. So these are the main challenges, and apart from that, data sources. See, in the traditional business scenarios, different people, different businesses will use different databases. There is no rule that everybody should use same database like Oracle. I use Oracle, you might use DB2, somebody else use Informatica, or somebody use something else, MaxDB or DB2. So summing all these data sources, okay, and whenever I want, whatever I want, I need to fetch the data quickly, irrespective of the data size, without delaying. So this is the main challenge in the current scenario. Not only current, in going forward also it is going to be a big challenge. So to address all these, our current database or models are not supporting all these features. For example, if I take the Oracle, yes, it has its own features, but it can't support this requirement. Okay, so where I want, as an end user, I want to fetch all the data and see whatever I want within few seconds. For example, take your online banking. If you log in your account, I want last 1 year statement. How soon you quickly getting? It's a big challenge again, because like you, we have thousands of customers in the bank. So out of thousands of customers, I need to fetch your record. That to last 1 year only. I need to gather the data and format a report. I need to present you. So it's the biggest challenge. It's a small example to say. Like that, customer has anonymous requirements. Okay. So to address all these current business scenarios or the current databases not fulfilling all these requirements. So that is the reason. So the HANA came into the picture where it can handle all kinds of scenarios with new hardware, improved technology, and along with the HANA in-memory techniques. What is HANA we are going to see now? What is it's the acronym? High Performance Analytical Appliance. See, what is the appliance? People will think that HANA is a database. Of course, that is also true. But it's not only database. It's the appliance. What does the appliance mean? It's the combination of software, hardware, and the database. See, if you take any kind of other IT things, either it might be, for example, Windows, it's an operating system. If you take a Oracle, it's a database. If you take a Dell hardware, it's a hardware machine, right? But HANA is not like that. It is a combination of all hardware, software, and the database. That is why we are calling this as an appliance, high performance analytical appliance. Okay. So what it will do is, see, whatever the challenges we have seen in the previous slide, it will going to address with improved hardware technology and HANA techniques. So what are those we are going to see in the next slides. Before that, the HANA will support or supported by certified hardware vendors only. Like if you say, for example, now if you bought an Intel machine or some XYZ manufacturer are doing, you can install OS or Linux, whatever it may be. But HANA not like that. Only SAP certified hardware vendors are there, like HP, IBM, Fujitsu, Cisco, Novell, Dell, like that. They only provide this hardware. Why? Because hardware also is not a normal hardware. It is a multi-core CPUs. That multi-core CPUs will be manufactured by these hardware vendors. That too, these are certified by SAP. Only certified hardware vendors only can give the HANA's hardware. Our normal hardware will not work in the business scenarios. You can't expect that much results what SAP is saying with our normal hardware. So that is the reason the certified hardware vendors hardware only we need to be. And these hardware vendors only will implement HANA, install the HANA. Of course, our basis team like we, HANA admin team also responsible for installation. So we are going to see the things in the later classes. Okay. So this is improved hardware in-memory technology along with the HANA techniques. It's not only the hardware as it is appliance. This is one part, and then HANA software is another part, and HANA database is another part. So combination of all will be giving you all these features. Of course, along with these hardwares, normally other SAP products apart from HANA, there are a lot of hardware vendors supported by SAP, but for HANA, very few like this are certified to provide HANA hardware. Okay, this hardware only we are using to install HANA and use the HANA. And what are the next thing is software, HANA software. See, as I told, first the hardware part, it is a multi-core CPU. Okay, so which is a improved technique which will enable you to multi-process your request. See, for example, if you are doing some work, let us say a development project, you want to develop a code. One person taking 1 day means, if I engage 3 persons, means it can be completed less than that, right? So that means multi-persons working for same work will improve the result and quickly, faster than expected time. Same way, the multi-core CPU's architecture feature will be using by the HANA. This is the main reason beyond the performance. Okay, and that's why the certified hardware vendors only is important. And the second thing is the software, HANA software. HANA software mechanism is giving all these features. What are these is? Column store mechanism mainly. See, the traditional databases will give a, what you can say, row-based row-based database tables, where with row-based tables, we can't get the data quicker and easily. So they introduce the column store mechanism, which is one of the reason to get the data very quickly, even though irrespective of your data size. Maybe 1 terabyte, 10 terabyte, 50 terabytes, whatever it may be. With the improved hardware technology, along with the column store mechanism, we are getting that features, that speed we are getting. And not only this, we have other techniques like compression. Compression in the sense, even though your database is 1 terabyte, with the HANA, you can compress it to 300 MB. Can you believe it? 1 terabyte data, even 300 MB, even 1 GB, 2 GB, like that also. Of course, not that much low level. Just example I am saying you. So even 1 terabyte to, let us say, a meaningful example, 300 GB. Yes, 300 GB to we can means 1/3 of compression is happening. HANA supports 7 times compression. That means 100,000 GB by 7 means how much it becomes? So almost 140, 150 GB. It can compress to that much level also, without affecting the performance, without affecting the features, without affecting the loss of data. And also with the multi-core feature, the partitioning and parallel mechanism is a wonderful feature in the HANA. Okay, so what will happen? As I told, one person can do work in some X time. If I engage 2, 3 or 4 persons to the same work, we can finish very quickly, right? And we are achieving that through the partitioning and parallelization with these multi-core CPUs. The multi-core CPUs only can process these things. So that feature we can use in this mechanism. And no aggregation of tables. And then real-time data. This is also one of the real-time data capture is, see, into HANA. Let us say your bank. You are using your on-site website, ICICI Bank, you are getting the data, a report of last month's statement. So your last month's statement is you are getting through website from the database, let us say HANA. But to HANA, where this data got is from the backend Oracle database or whatever it may be the database it is using. So, okay, it fetched the data from Oracle to here, but yesterday you withdrawn some amount, means your statement got changed, right? So what about the changed information? Day before yesterday you transfer the data from Oracle to HANA database, but yesterday you withdrawn the amount, means your available balance got changed. You should immediately affect in the HANA. Why? Because you are using HANA in the front end for your business or reports or analytical purposes. If it is not replicating in time, you will get a old data which cannot bear by the customer. See, you are having 1 lakh rupees in your account. So you are seeing just 50,000. Day before yesterday 50,000. Yesterday you deposited 50,000. So it became 1 lakh, but you are seeing the report only 50,000 today. You are getting the download statement 50,000, means you can't bear that. So that is called real-time data replication. Yes, it's not only one time, it continuously, if any source database is changing, the data will be transferred to HANA quickly in the real time so that it will be available for the business. So all these mechanisms we are getting with the HANA software and HANA database. HANA database we have very advantaged in-memory technique. What is that advantaged in-memory technique is, actually the HANA data stores in the database level, disk level and in the memory level. So if you are storing this all the data instead of in the database, if you are storing in the memory, fetching the data is in the RAM, from the RAM or memory is quickly, right? So this technique also applied in the database level. So clubbing all these techniques, making the HANA super faster. You can't believe in the traditional ways, if you are fetching a report in 360 seconds means you are getting in 1 second. You are getting in 1 second. 360 seconds means how much? 6 minutes you are getting a report means with HANA you are getting only in 1 minute. That much performance is improved with all these techniques. Okay, it is not only because of HANA, it is not only because of hardware, it is not only because of in-memory technology. It is a combination of all. That's why we are calling this as HANA as appliance. It is not single software, not hardware, not database. It is a combination of HANA. So being a basis or HANA consultant, so we are going to know how this will work, how we are going to implement in the business, how we need to administer in terms of installation, in terms of applying patches, in terms of upgrade, in terms of backups, in terms of applying all these features, in terms of performance improvement, and in terms of troubleshooting. All these things we are going to see in the HANA course. Okay, so how it's going to work and all we are going to see. Of course, I'm few slides I'm skipping is nothing to worry why, because this is not the class, just a demo. See, row store, column store, as I told, one feature. See, row store, how the data stores in the row. Okay, but in the column stores, column wise the data. See, data will be like that only, but table is partition like a columns. If at all I want any particular, I am running a query checking for example, I want the today date sales or yesterday date sales in Hyderabad only. This is my query. In that case, I no need to read all the data. What HANA will do, it uses column store. Because of column store, it will be very fast. How it is? See here. It reads, for example, let us say this is date, yesterday, and let us say this is probably this is Hyderabad store. It reads only these two columns, fetches the data very quickly than reading all the records in the rows wise. So that is the advantage with the columns. I no need to read all these columns. I no need to read all. That's why the time consuming is very less and data retrieval will be very fast because of this column store mechanism. So that's why this technique is applied in the HANA database. Okay, whereas traditional databases using row store, whether required or not required, it will read all the tables and fetches the data. That's why it is getting the response very late. But if you use the column store mechanism, only prescribed columns it will read and get very quickly, very fastly. So that is why column store operations are very read efficient for the read operations. Whereas row store also will be there in HANA. Don't think like that only column store is supporting by HANA. No, in HANA row store tables also will be there. Based on your requirement, we can switch row store to column store to row store to improve the performance of the system. How to switch and how it works, we are going to see in the course. Okay, so summing all these, making the HANA. So we are going to handle all these techniques and how to administer in terms of applying patches, installation, performance tuning, and troubleshooting all in this. So this course will go for actually this we can complete. If you speak frankly, we can complete within 15 to 20 days. But my course will not go that much short time. I'm planning minimum 1.5 months. Why? Because being a real-time consultant, learning HANA is different and applying HANA is different. I'm concentrating on applying HANA because the learning HA200 book or maybe certification book is very easy, guys. 10th class student also you can understand. But I don't want that. So there are very less candidates in India or maybe in the world who are having lesser hands-on experience. So that people can give you a good knowledge. In that way, I'm tuning you guys. Okay. So that is my motto. That is the reason the course will go for 1.5 months easily. And the class is daily 1 hour. And no weekends class maximum. Only 1 or 2 weekends I'll take during the installation classes. And we are hiring the server. So the server cost will be handled in your course fee only. It will be intimated to you in advance. So how many months you want, that like it will be provided. And the course content, if you see that, so HANA administration introduction first we are seeing, and then the admin tools, like we have different tools to handle like SAP GUI in SAP. Same way we have the HANA Studio, HANA DBA Cockpit, command line, SQL tool, everything we are. And during the implementation we are going to see HANA sizing. Why? Because basis admin only is responsible for sizing the HANA, like how much RAM I required, how much disk space required, etc. So all these things we need to give based on that your HANA hardware will be bought. Why? Because HANA license is based on your hardware. That means RAM especially. So if you are not giving proper sizing report, again the customer got that hardware, again the performance will be impacted. So here we are playing any important role during the implementation of HANA sizing, and after that we are installing and then how to start, stop configurations and architecture of HANA, how it works, and then deployments, the patches, upgrades, backup recoveries. This is main important thing. Why? Because we are handling with the data in the HANA. We are only responsible for backup, database, and additional the storage concepts, etc. We are going to discuss, and then not least, this is our regular part, monitoring and troubleshooting whenever the issues comes, how to handle, what kind of. So each and every topic, of course the above topics only, at each and every topic we are going to see in that way only. and we are going to consolidate how to monitor completely in the real time. And after that, the data replication techniques. Why? Because HANA can be used like multiple ways, as a sidecar, as a persistent layer, like that. So if you are using a sidecar, so how to get the data from Oracle database to HANA, or maybe non-SAP or SAP system to HANA, or ECC to HANA, BW to HANA. Like that, we have other data application technologies like SLT, BODS, DXC, like that. We are going to discuss all those. And the main important thing in HANA is table administration. Being a DBA, we are acting as a HANA DBA, even though we are a basis consultant. So it's a wonderful, very important topic. All the table techniques we are going to discuss. So how you digest this topic, like that you will become the good HANA consultant, because it impacts very well in the real time. So we are going to see all those, and then high availability and disaster recovery techniques, and then installation we are going to see, and then like post, of course, post installation is a small part to say all the techniques, whatever we learn, whatever the topics we see comes under post installation. And migration, yes, now currently we are using SAP or non-SAP. We want to move to HANA. How to migrate? Currently, there is no rule that everybody should use HANA, right? Maybe some customers want to move from existing Oracle database to HANA. How to migrate? So that's what we are going to. So this is a wonderful topic. So which will help you in the real-time career, because coming 1-2 years, more than 1 lakh customer in the world, they are supporting. They are going to go for migration. Okay. So how to do the migration is in DMO, everything we are going to see. But of course, I can't show this live. I can give the knowledge and I can, because few things we can't show through the remote server. So that's what I am saying here. And also the security, very important, because we are handling with the data. If you are not controlling the user access, data can be stepped, right? So that's why we are also handling the security of the HANA. And under security only, everything will come, users and authorizations, everything. Okay. And after that, the HANA upgrade or update or patching using HLM tool, like that we are going to see. And the real-time perspective, we are going to see some other things with the configurations and all, which will help for your career. So with this knowledge, I can say, guys, interviewer can say that you are working. I can make you that much provided you should have be committed to work like me regularly, because just attending the class will not make you HANA consultant. You need to practice, read. I'll provide the material, everything, and you need to do work and do the assignments, complete the assignments. So this is not like a regular training, guys. Okay. So that's the reason. So if you are committed to like that, I can try to help you as much as possible. Okay. So that's what I am giving, guys. So this is about my course outline and the HANA. Okay. What is HANA basic, etc. But of course, we are going to see in depth each and everything. Just as a demo, what is HANA, I am giving introduction. That's it, Ajay, from my end. Please let me know if any questions. Yes, Ajay, you there? Yeah, Ajay, you there?
I'm there. Please carry on.
Yes, Ajay. Yes, I don't know, because being a technical consultant, I went in that way. I don't know how much you got or what do you know about the data access, or maybe you are having some database knowledge, you can understand whatever I'm talking. Okay. So this is what Ajay, just an introduction, and then what are the things I'm giving and regarding the course content and all.
Mm-hmm.
1.5 month, and the server access, everything will be charged on the student. So it's up to you how you are going to charge on student. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, sure.
And the new batch probably going to start probably another 3-4 weeks max.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, yeah, sure. Hello.
Yeah,
Yeah, this is enough for demo section right now.
yeah, okay.
So you'll get a feedback as is shown. Okay.
Yes, sure, sure. So if you have any questions, you can give me a call always. You can talk with me,
Okay,
okay? Or
okay.
you can
Thank you.
drop me mail, okay?
Thank you.
Thank you, Ajay. Thanks for your time. Okay, see you. Bye bye.